Thanks for joining another edition of the Tidwell Taste Tour.
Yeah.
What we've got here for everyone this evening, this afternoon, we've discussed this before. Time
it doesn't really matter.
All right. All right.
There is no time on the internet.
No. It's anytime you want it to be.
That's right. Now, what we've got here is, and we discussed this. We want to preface this with, we just did a review, and I don't mean like the review down. I mean literally 5 minutes ago finished a review on Jameson Irish Whiskey. Now, it almost seems unfair to follow up Jameson Irish Whiskey with Canadian Mist, but that's what we're going to do. This is...
But we feel like it's worth mentioning that it is following Jameson, so if it gets decent review, that says something about it.
Yeah, perhaps a little weighted by previous experiences.
Right.
But we'll also try to keep it contextual in that we know this is more of a
bargain.
A bargain.
Right.
Maybe lower tier.
Right. Lower tier, yeah.
But
so do the thing.
Blended comfortable in that niche, I would think.
Yeah, that's right. Blended Canadian whiskey, superb whiskey known for its mellow character and smooth taste. Aged for at least 36 months. From the Brown-Forman Beverages in Louisville, Kentucky.
Something we had, tinkered with the idea of is do blind taste tests of liquors and stuff, and you get the lineup of the cheap and the expensive shit. See who, if anyone would prefer cheap.
Yeah,
shit.
Right.
I do remember one time you did that with me. I had you do that with me with vodkas and stuff, because I remember thinking Grey Goose was a scam, and I remember proving myself right about that. Where not that it's a scam, but that it's not as good as what the cost is. And
what
I remember
did you choose?
Belvedere was the one I chose blind tasted.
All right, let's get the Canadian Mist.
It's really not bad. It's sweeter. It's really not bad.
Certainly nothing offending me about it.
It does taste a little just cheaper. I think to me it tastes a little sweeter.
A more pronounced burn, but other than that,
yes,
and no discernible wood
taste
characteristics with it, but it does have that clean and crisp Canadian whiskey flavor. The great thing about a Canadian is you can get a cheap Canadian, and is at least going to be unoffensive at the very bottom. And this is several steps above that. I think it's a good flavor. It would definitely be excellent mixed.
I mean, for the cost of what this is, you could maybe get the, let's see, what is this, 200 milliliter? You could maybe get 2 minis of Jack Daniels or something. I think this costs $4. Something like that in our and I guarantee you in some areas it's cheaper than that, because in our state all the stores are state run, so they're typically on the higher end as far as cost goes. There's no competition, obviously. That is what that means. So I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's got a kind of a sweeter taste. No complex, like he said, no complex woody sort of characteristics, but it's tasty. And all things considered, I still think it's worth. I still think it's worth a, I'm teetering, 7.5 or 8. I think it's worth an 8.0.
Now, are we taking, how should I frame my review here? Are we taking cost into? Yeah,
all factors go in.
To some degree.
Because it's obviously unfair if, let's say, this same exact whiskey was $50 for this bottle here. Right. I know you should just be basing it on taste, but that is really...
It's really hard knowing.
Yeah.
Knowing that, it's really, really hard to do it that way, because honestly, it's just unfair. I mean,
it is unfair.
It makes sense if you're just saying, is the taste store, so it's just taste. What does it taste like? Rate the taste. However, if anyone wants to get anything out of it, it's going to need to be based somewhat on for the price,
Cost has to factor in somewhere.
It's not the major factor, but it's in there a little. It's in a few points.
You have to weight the score.
Yeah.
Well, then weighting the score with cost under consideration, I'll give it a 7. For a cheap whiskey you can get for under $10 for a reasonable sized bottle, pretty damn good.
Yep, I'm right on there with that. I'm
7?
on there with the 7, yeah.
Cool. All right, this is the Canadian Mist, Canadian whiskey, 8.0, 7.0, 7.0. If you're on a bit of a budget, maybe you got a couple bills stacking up and you really want to get drunk, and have it not taste bad, because you can always get drunk for cheap.
Absolutely.
But this is the Canadian Mist, excuse me, from Canada. God,
Good outro.
really bombed this one. Taste Tour will be back. Taste Tour will be back. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.